Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. May I read a few more chapters of the Bible to you? And thank you. Here we go. Bible 20, chapter 26. Now there was a famine in the land, besides the previous famine that had occurred in the days of Abraham. So Isaac went to Gerar to Abimelech, king of the Philistines. And the Lord appeared to him and said, Do not go down to Egypt. Stay in the land which I shall tell you. Live for a time in this land, and I will be with you and bless you, for to you and to your descendants I will give these lands, and I will establish the oath which I swore to your father Abraham, and I will multiply your descendants as the stars of heaven, and you will give your descendants all these lands, and by your descendants all the nations of the earth shall be blessed, because Abraham obeyed me and fulfilled his duty to me and kept my commandments, my statutes, and my laws. So as Isaac lived in Gerar, when the men of the place asked about his wife, he said, She is my sister. For he was afraid to say, my wife, thinking the men of the place might kill me on account of Rehoboam, since she is beautiful. Now it came about, when he had been there a long time, that Abimelech, king of the Philistines, looked down through a window and saw them, and behold, Isaac was caressing his wife Rebekah. Then Abimelech called Isaac and said, Behold, she certainly is your wife. So how is it that you said that she's your sister? And Isaac said to him, Because I thought otherwise I might be killed on account of her. And Abimelech said, What is this that you might have done to us? One of the people might easily have slept with your wife, and you would have brought guilt upon us. So Abimelech commanded all the people, saying, He who touches this man's or his wife will certainly be put to death. Now Isaac sowed in that land and reaped in the same year 100 times as much. And the Lord blessed him. And the man became rich and commanded to grow richer until he became very wealthy, for he had possessions of flocks and herds and a great household, so that the Philistines envied him. Now all the wells which his father's servants had dug in the days of his fathers Abraham and the Philistines stopped filling up by filling them with dirt. Then Abimelech said to Isaac, "Go away from us, for you are too powerful for us." So Isaac departed from there and camped in the valley of Gezer and settled there. Argument over the wells. Then Isaac dug again the wells of the water which had been dug in the days of his father Abraham, and the Philistines had stopped filling them up after the death of Abraham. And he gave them the same names which his father had given them. But when Isaac's servants dug in the valley and found there a well of flowing water, the herdsmen of Gerar quarreled with this herdsman of Isaac, saying, "The water is ours." So he named the well Isaac, because they argued with him. Then they dug another well, and they quarreled over it too. So he named it Sinnah. Then he moved away from there and dug another well, and they did not quarrel over it. So it was named Rehoboth, for he said, "At last the Lord has made room for us, and we will be fruitful in this land." And he went up from there to Beersheba, and the Lord appeared to him the same night and said, "I am the God of your father Abraham. Do not fear, for I am with you. I will bless you and multiply your descendants for the sake of my servant Abraham." So he built an altar there and called upon the name of the Lord and pitched his tent there, and there Isaac served dug a well. Covenant with Ashkelon. Abimelech. Then Abimelech came to him from Gerar with his advisor Azarel and Piscal, the commander of his army. And Isaac said to them, "Why have you come to me, since you hate me and have sent me away from you?" And they said, "We have seen plainly that the Lord has been with you." So we said, "An oath must be taken by us, that is, by you and us. So let's make a covenant with you that you will do us no harm, just as we have not touched you and have done you nothing but good, and have sent you away in peace. You are now the blessed of the Lord." Then he made them a feast, and they ate and drank. In the morning they got up early and exchanged oaths. Then Isaac sent them away, and they left him in the peace. Now it came about on the same day that Isaac's servant came and told him about the well which they had dug, and said to him, "We have found water." So he called it Sheba. Therefore the name of the city is Bathsheba to this day. When Esau was 40 years old, he married Judith, the daughter of Beri the Hittite, and Basemath, the daughter of Elon and Hittite, and they brought Greek to Isaac and Rebekah. Now it came about when Isaac was old, and his eyes were too dim to see, that he called his oldest son Esau, and said to him, "My son." And he said to him, "Here I am." Then Isaac said, "Behold, now I am old, and I do not know the day of my death. Now then, please take your gear, your quiver, and your bow, and go out to the field and hunt game for me, and prepare a delicious meal for me, such as I love, and bring it to me. that I may eat, so that my soul may bless you before I die. Now Rebekah was listening while Isaac spoke to his son Esau. So when Esau went to the field to hunt for game to bring home, Rebekah said to her son Jacob, "Behold, I heard your father speak to your brother Esau, saying, 'Bring me some game and prepare a delicious meal for me, so that I may eat and bless you in this presence of the Lord before my death.' So now, my son, listen to me as I command you. Go now to the flocks and bring 2 choice young goats from there, so that I may prepare them as a delicious meal for your father, such as he loves. When you shall bring it to your father, that he may eat, that he may bless you before his death." But Jacob said to his mother Rebekah, "Behold, my brother Esau is a hairy man, and I am a smooth man. Perhaps my father will touch me, then I will be like a deceiver in his sight, and I will bring upon myself a curse and not a blessing." But his mother said to him, "Your curse will be on me, my son. Only obey my voice and go, get the goats for me." So he went and got them and brought them to his mother. And his mother made a delicious meal, such as his father loved. Then Rebekah took his best garments of her elder son Esau, which were with her in the house, and put them on her younger son Jacob. And she put the skins of the young goats on his hands and on the smooth part of his neck. She also gave the delicious meal and the bread which she made to her son Jacob. Then he came to his father and said, "My father." And he said, "Here I am. Who are you, my son?" Jacob said to his father, "I am Esau, your firstborn. I have done as you told me. Come now, sit and eat of my game, so that you may bless me." Isaac said to his son, "How is it that you have it so quickly, my son?" And he said, "Because the Lord your God made it come to me." When Isaac said to Jacob, "Please come close, so that I may feel you, my son, whether you are really my son, Esau, or not." So Jacob came close to his father Isaac and touched him and said, "The voice is the voice of Jacob, but the hands are the hands of Israel." And he did not recognize him because his hands were hairy like his brother Esau's hands. So he blessed him. And he said, "Are you really my son, Esau?" And he said, "I am." So he said, "Bring it to me, and I will eat my son's game, that I may bless you." And he brought it to him, and he ate, and also brought him wine, and he drank. Then his father Isaac said to him, "Please come close and kiss me, my son." So he came close and kissed him. And when he smelled the smell of his garments, he blessed him and said, "See, the smell of my son is like the smell of the field, which the Lord has blessed. Now may God give you of the dew of heaven, and the fatness of the earth, and the abundance of grain, and new wine. May people serve you, and nations bow down to you. Be master of your brothers, and may your mother's sons bow down to you. Cursed be those who curse you, and blessed be those who bless you." Well, that was a kicker.